Alright, I'm going to show you how to replace the shear pin on the Frontier rotary mower. This is the RC2072, the 6-foot wide, and let's look at the problem. So the other day I was brush hogging with my 6-foot rotary mower, and after a while it stopped cutting. And I cut it off, came back here and looked, and this is what I found. This is the shear pin, and as its name implies, it's sheared off. Now this is actually a good thing. What you have is the PTO is linked up to the drive shaft of the mower, and if this didn't break, you would basically have a very costly repair. So now on John Deere and the Frontier line of mowers, they have a little access hatch here on the top, and if you look down in there, you can see where this bolt once lived. Okay, so here is the broken shear pin, and the hole is right there. So right down in here. And what I did was I went to the hardware store and I bought a replacement. Now for this particular model, I believe this is 3.5 inches, and it's got the nylon, non-slip nut. And I wanted to talk about bolts for just a minute, in particular the grade of bolts. All right, you may or may not know this, but bolts come in different strengths, and this one has no markings on the face. And so that matches this. That's a grade 2, and that has a breaking point of about 74,000 pounds per square inch. Now if you see 3 lines, that's grade 5. Grade 5 is tougher than grade 2. This one will break at about 120,000 psi. And if you see 6 little lines, that's grade 8, and that's the toughest. And that breaks at 150,000 pounds. Now, you might think the tougher the better, but you actually want something that's going to break. So I went ahead and looked it up, and the manufacturer recommends basically a grade 2, which is convenient because this is most readily available in hardware stores. All right, let's get back to the repair. All right, this is a pretty easy fix, except lining up the hole between the PTO shaft and basically the shaft going to the mower. And you basically have a little bit of wiggle room here. If you stick in a screwdriver, lubricate this really well, and then stick in a screwdriver and just kind of, manipulate it around. It doesn't take that much force, and ultimately you'll get it to where you can put your bolt through. So let's see if we're there yet. Obviously take your nut off, stick this in here. Not quite. So I'm going to come back, jostle it a little bit more. Let's try that. Almost. There's probably a better way to do this, but this is the way I do it. All right, that's going to do it. So there it is. It drops in. Now, in order to put the nut on, there's another access below. So you simply put a socket on one, wrench on the other. Let me set that up and show you how that works. Okay, this is a side view. This is how I've got it set up. So I'm going to keep my wrench on the 3/4 inch bolt, and then I've got my socket with an extender, and that's going to be on the nut. And again, there's an opening down here, and you kind of have to manipulate this around, but now it's just a matter of tightening it down. Okay, so if we look inside here, you see the bolt and the nut, and I've just got them snugged up a little bit. I didn't go crazy over tightening them. Everything turns nice and smooth. Now this repair was 5 minutes, and I would have some extra shear bolts, especially during mowing season, and expect them to break and get used to replacing them. Hope this helps.